Good morning, good afternoon, good night, good evening, and good night, wherever you're joining us today. My name is Obioramba Iboweze, reaching you from Nkolo Mahadum Wisdom University. Tata, anyị si na ngalaba Nkolo Mahadum Wisdom University wee na-elute unu tata. Onye unu na-anụ ọnụ ya wụ Obioramba Iboweze ka unu na-anụ ọnụ ya. Today's date is Oye Market Day in the 4th month of the Igbo lunar calendar called Ọnwa Anọ. Ya bụ tata bụ Abịa Oye na ọnwa nke ịnọ na lunar calendar. Lunar calendar bụ ele ndị Igbo shi wele agụ arọ nkebe. And the lunar calendar na-run from April 23 to May 20. And chetin na Nkolo Mahadum, we always advise you to use your common sense. You're naturally giving common sense, which we call akonuche in Igbo language. Also, we have advised you also to know that since other universities use their university to protect and protect their culture, we also at Nkolo Mahadum is also using Nkolo Mahadum here to project and protect the Igbo race and Africa in general. So countries like United States, India, China, Russia, Saudi Arabia, if all those countries, wherever you're getting information from, they are trying to protect their own interests. And that is what we are doing today at, we always do at Nkolo Mahadum Wisdom University. And the title of today's lecture is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu trial today. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu trial today. What transpired at the courtroom and the general implications. And you can tell from what occurred today at the courts, at the Federal High Court, that the federal government don't have any case against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And things that happened today is a testimony. That was why they hurriedly moved the trial to tomorrow, which is for market day. So the trial will continue. We continue tomorrow after market day. And going through some of the things that happened in the court today. Give me a minute, let me get the information here. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Let me get the full detail of what happened. Give me a minute. I'm still looking for it. Give me a minute. I'm still looking for it. I had it earlier. Just a minute. Now let's use this one. I'm sorry for the delay. The trial started by the two led councils, the one for the federal government and the one for IPOB, led by Kanu Agabi. They introduced themselves, and soon after, Agabi started to re-examine the first witness as follows. Are you aware that the defendant was charged for inciting the public to destroy public properties? Witness, I am not aware, my lord. Agabi, are you aware that those charges were later struck out by competent court jurisdiction? Witness, no, I am not aware. Agabi, are you aware that the defendant, in furtherance of terrorism charge, he was accused of to have directed the public to destroy government properties in Lagos? Witness, yes, I am aware. Are you aware the trial judge struck out the charges? Witness, that I am not aware. Now, the witness is saying that here, everything he has answered is no, he is not aware. Then when Agabi asked him whether he's aware that if the defendant, which is Nnamdi Kanu, was charged with inciting the public to destroy public properties, he said he's not aware. Now, when asked whether the defendant, in furtherance of terrorism charges, he was accused to have directed the public to destroy government properties in Lagos, the defendant says, yes, I'm aware. But when he was asked about knowing that whether the charges had been struck out, the defendant said he's not aware. Now, after this engagement, after this questioning, the prosecution called in the second witness to continue the re-examination. Now, the lead legal counsel for Nnamdi Kanu, Kanu Agabi, after interrogating the integrity and the legality of the second witness, which they call BBB, he continued with the questions. Do you know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Kanu Agabi asked the defendant. Second witness. Yes, I met Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Abuja at our DSS office where I was asked to question him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the proscribed group, IPOB. So he said he has met Nnamdi Kanu at DSS office in Abuja where he was asked to question Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and called him the leader of the proscribed group, IPOB. And he also established ESN as an armed group. So he was referring to Nnamdi Kanu as the leader of a proscribed group called IPOB, and also that he established ESN. Prosecution. You told the court about a meeting held with the defendant. Go on. Tell the court the setting and details of the meeting. Second witness. I have a letter from the Federation's Attorney General, and it should be distributed in court for appropriate reading. Now, let's go back to the second witness saying that Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of a proscribed group. We want to make it very clear that IPOB was never proscribed by the federal government. The federal government went to court on ex parte. Ex parte means Kanu's lawyers were not there. Kanu's defense team were not there. They rushed to a court where Justice Kafarati Abdu was presiding and got an ex parte order, which ex parte, the defense counsel wasn't there, on a motion filed by the then Attorney General, Justice Abubakar Malami, on September 21, 2017. The federal government rushed to the court where Justice Kafarati Abdu was presiding. The legal team of IPOB legal counsel, they are not there. The legal team are not there. The lawyers are not there. And they just extracted this motion from Justice Kafarati Abdu. And since then, IPOB, led by Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, had been filing a lot of motions. One he filed on September 22, 2017, contending that the motion to proscribe IPOB was illegal, that self-determination is not a crime, that self-determination is the right of the Biafran people, that self-determination is in the UN Charter and African Charter, which Nigeria is a signatory to, that it is not a crime. And since then, that motion had been in the courts. There have been no resolution. The people that actually proscribed IPOB were the Southeast governors in September 2017. Because all these things were happening in 2017. It was the Southeast governors that proscribed IPOB when IPOB was asking them to provide security for the people. And now, the guy also said that Nnamdi Kanu established ESN as an armed group. ESN was formed in December 2020. They were formed in December 2020, and now you are prosecuting what is going on in 2015. What have 2020 ESN that was formed to protect our people in 2020 have to do with the trial of 2015? Don't you see that the federal government don't know what they're doing? Now, let us proceed. Now, the lead counsel for Nnamdi Kanu, Kanu Agabi, told that second witness, you told the court about a meeting held with the defendant. Go on, tell the court the setting and details of that meeting. And witness says, I have a letter from the Federation's Attorney General, and it should be distributed in court for appropriate reading. Meanwhile, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stated that he does not know this second witness, that he doesn't know him, that he hasn't met him. That has now introduced the authenticity, whether this witness is actually the correct witness, whether this witness actually know Nnamdi Kanu and know what Nnamdi Kanu stands for. Because Nnamdi Kanu said he doesn't know him. So the whatever information this second witness is giving right now will not make no sense, will not stand any ground, will not have any local standing, because Nnamdi Kanu says he doesn't know him, he hasn't met him. Again, the defense counsel, Kanu Agabi, issued an objection plea granted by the presiding judge, Omotosho. According to the defense lead counsel, the letter being circulated in the court was not included in the previous evidences brought before the court. You see how the federal government is handling this case? The letter the second witness want to share in the court, even the judge don't have it. Even the IPOB lead counsel and team and all the lawyers in the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu team don't have that information. They just brought it in like that. Is that how to conduct a free trial? We at Nkola Mahadum is feeling that that is not how to conduct a free trial. Before you present any issue, any letter, any information to the court, the judge must have it. The legal team of the defendant must have it. But this time, that is how they've been handling Nnamdi Kanu's case, anyhow they want. Furthermore, documents being presented by Owo Molo, Prosecution Counsel. The Prosecution Counsel also presented some documents which the defense counsel objects that they have not received the documents being distributed in court by the prosecution. Even the document being presented by the witness number 2 was not given to the judge, was not given to the Nnamdi Kanu legal team. And to make matters worse, even the prosecution counsel, the lead counsel for the federal government, Awo Molo, also started to present documents that the judge doesn't have, IPOB led counsel doesn't have. That tells you that the federal government don't know what they're doing in that courtroom. And Agabi is saying, so when Agabi objected to all those documents, the one presented by the second witness and the one presented by the Nigerian government lead counsel, the prosecution party assures that they are prepared to serve them to the defense counsel. Now you know you have to serve them. You should have served them before the courts. You should know better. You should know better. You are the lead counsel of the federal government. Now you are saying you have to serve them better. Are you going to serve them after the court? You should have served them before you bring that paper, that document to the courtroom. In addition, the trial judge, Justice Omotosho, stated that he did not receive any such document either. Even the trial judge, Omotosho, did not receive any such documents. See the mess that they are making of themselves? And then the lead counsel from Nnamdi Kanu, Agabi, asked the witness to narrate what happened during his interrogation with Nnamdi Kanu in 2015. Witness says Mazi Nnamdi Kanu incited people to burn down houses and others. The prosecution is requesting the case to be postponed till tomorrow, as the defense team maintains no letter or documents from the former Attorney General of the Federation was served to them. It was the Nigerian government that is requesting that the courts be adjourned till tomorrow. It was them. They're not ready. They don't have anything to try Nnamdi Kanu for. That's why we are calling on them to dismiss the case as quickly as possible. And then the judge said to them, to the prosecution, to the federal government, any document you want to use must be duly served to the defense team. Now the judge is reminding them like a baby. They should have known better. This is federal government lawyers. This is how they've been mumbling and jumbling this case, of which they know they have no locus standi, they have nothing to try, and they're just wasting the resources of Nigerian people that they should have used to provide other services to the people. Now, Agabi asked the judge, is it necessary to submit the application to release my client's belongings? After this question, the court was adjourned till tomorrow. Mana, we want to remind you that this case that is continuing today, 10 years after that Nigerian government arrested Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Lagos in October 12, 2015. He was granted bail on April 25, 2017. They couldn't convince him. Then when he was preparing to go to Abuja to defend himself with 1 million men and women, the Nigerian army invaded his house to kill him on September 10, 2017 in Python Dance 2. Nnamdi Kanu was lucky to escape alive with his parents. And then on June 29, 2021, the Nigerian government conspired and illegally renditioned Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria. And note, on October 12, 2022, the Appeal Court of Nigeria discharged and acquitted Nnamdi Kanu because there was nothing to try. And even the Supreme Court, even Nigerian Supreme Court on December 15, 2023, said that Kanu's rights were violated by renditioning him from Kenya to Nigeria. He said that. But we at Nkola Mahadum, having looked at all these things going on in the court the other day and today, we are of the opinion that so far, Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB has 2-0 to the federal government. Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB have scored 2 court appearances, 2 victories, federal government 0. And we are very, very, very hopeful that Nnamdi Kanu will be discharged unconditionally, either to Kenya or to United Kingdom, with a lot of money paid to him for violating his rights and wasting his time, putting him into DSS custody. That's what we are proposing at Nkola Mahadum Wisdom University. And because we said we're going to be keeping things short in this university, the title of our today's lecture is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Trial of Today, 5/6/25. Today is Oye Market Day, which was adjourned till tomorrow, which is Afo Market Day, as requested by the Nigerian government. It's Nigerian government that is requesting for the postponement of the trial till tomorrow because they're not ready. They don't have anything. They don't follow due process. They bring in documents that they don't have. They quote things that is irrelevant to the case. And therefore, we are saying that the federal government should free Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally tomorrow. This court should end tomorrow. Because the more you keep him here, the more money you pay to appease him, to make sure that he gets away from DSS custody. And before we end this lecture, we have to advise you again to please defend yourself. The Fulani herdsmen terrorists are already in our land. They're coming down. Plateau, Zamfara, Benue, Enugu State, Ebonyi State, Anambra State, all the states in the eastern region. Defend yourself. You cannot be praying while the Fulani herdsmen has AK-47 and AK-49. With this, we shall be bringing today's lecture to an end. Thank you very much for joining us again today. Sorry about the hitches that we have.